Going to Nine Inch Nails, you have Now I'm Nothing, which is your NIN cover band.
Oh, yes. I get to don the fishnets and the boots and get to play Mr. Reznor every evening, which is a lot of fun. After seeing that band 21 times, I believe I owe a badge of honor to Mr. Reznor. I probably owe him some residual rights someplace, too. That was definitely a feat. I mean, it really was to try and emulate and pull off Nine Inch Nails in an evening is not an easy task, and it really takes a lot of determination by the band to do it. And it was a scary thing to do because it's one of those bands that a lot of people know. Mm-hmm. If you ain't going to do it right, then you better hope that you can dodge beer bottles as they come flying out at you. So, but we seem to have done an okay job with it. And we put it to bed about 2 years ago, but now there's been talk where it's being pulled out of retirement, so to speak. So that will probably be something you guys all might be seeing in the very near future, because we've actually been talking about taking it on the road too. So
sweet.
That could be something to see. Right
on. And with Now I'm Nothing, how was what do I want to say? How was starting that for you, like doing a cover band? Like usually when you think of cover bands, you think of like really sleazy 80s covers and everything, but you're doing something hardcore, but it's covers. So
exactly. It was strange because we programmed most of it, and you going out there with it, it's one of those things where it started off as a joke. We did a show and we had to play 3 hours, and we said, well, hey, let's do a Nine Inch Nails tribute thing. No, Year Zero had just come out, and Trent decided to snub all of us in the United States and go and do tours over in Europe. And a lot of people were like, oh, man, I wish Nails was coming back and playing. So we said, well, let's do a lot of this Nine Inch Nails stuff here. They gave out all the tracks to everybody. We're like, let's have some fun with it. And from that half an hour set came this whole other thing where, we were up to doing, I believe it was about 36 Nine Inch Nails songs.
Wow.
And it was definitely a feat. I mean, you get to a point where you find yourself doing Down in It for the 18th time, and you're like, wow, it actually sounds at least mimicable to the real band. And like I always joked around, and I said, we put a bunch of that stuff on YouTube. I said, God, I hope that Christ he never sees. So, but yeah, it was fun. It definitely was. I mean, playing in Chicago the first time was scary because we didn't know how they were going to react to it, and I have to say it was probably the most crazy show we ever played. We had people moshing, we had a couple fights break out, and
wow.
We had people trying to claw their way up on stage, which was a lot of fun. I was like, now I know how Trent feels like. Like he never wants to go back into the audience again.
Right.
So, but no, it was a lot of fun. I kind of look forward to downing it all again. So we'll see.
Of course, you guys W.O.R.M will be returning to Cora, and you'll be with Ritual Fix and Screaming Mechanical Brain.
Yes, we were actually on a invisible release with them when they were under a different name at the time.
Yes, Screaming Monkey Boner.
Yes, and I'm actually really looking forward to seeing them live because I've never gotten to see them live and I've heard nothing but great things. So I'm really looking forward to it. If
you hear the tracks that they do, just think of like, what would Reznor do with that? Like, just crack, metal, electro, live. And that's pretty much it, with a synced up light show. So,
wow.
Yeah. It'll be
nothing but good things, so
yeah.
I can't wait to see them. I mean, I remember when they were one of the only bands, I remember when we were on the compilation that they jumped out at me immediately. The name, number one, was a red flag. Like, wow, I got to check this out.
With a name like Screaming Monkey Boners, like, how can you pass that up? Mm-hmm. You got to have a catchy name.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a good show, and it's always good to meet back up with our fellow family members from Ritual Fix, so I'm more than certain that there'll be a lot of debauchery that evening.
One can only imagine.
Oh, yes. Especially once, me and Mark and Malone and Angela all get back together. Look out. It's all downhill from there.
Oh, yeah. Just the minute you walk in, make eye contact.
It
all starts there.
Yeah, that's when the club starts to get shifty eyes and starts to worry what's about to happen. So.
Uh-huh. All right, well, Mike, it's been great talking to you. We're running out of time, and I will play us out with a new track off of your new album. Will you have albums at the show?
Right now, what we're doing is we'll have a couple samplers at the show, and we'll be anybody who's willing to put in for the new album to help us out with Electroland. We've got some special surprises for you guys.
Right on.
We're really looking for your support, but thank you for having me on tonight. And
yeah, no problem.
Come and seeing you.
Always great to talk to you.
Thank you, man. You too.
Yeah. All right, so we will play you out with The World by W.O.R.M. First couple promo. Programming on KPVL is supported in part by Decorah Bank and Trust Company, proud supporter of community education missions, family and employee-owned since 1965, providing customers with 12 ATM locations throughout Northeast Iowa. Complete list of Decorah Bank ATMs can be found online at decorahbank.com. Thanks to Decorah Bank and Trust Company for all their support. Member FDIC. This is The World by W.O.R.M. Thank you for coming on the show, Mike.
No, thank you. Anytime.